Jan Natio explorer and photographer. On assignment to capture a portrait of mankind's obsession with the unique part of our planet, the beach. I'm traveling along Thailand's coastline meeting tribes of devotees.
Beautiful.
To make a connection with them.
Bruce Lee and Bob Marley.
Whoa, whoa.
This is probably the best place in the world to climb limestone. Deepwater soloing, climbing without ropes, landing in water.
And to capture a portrait of life on the beach as you've never seen it before.
Later, there's gonna be 30,000 people here.
The beach is for many our idea of paradise. We're drawn to it. We romanticize about it. It's become the most visited natural attraction on the planet.
In this assignment, I'm not just trying to capture postcards. If I just wanted pretty pictures of a beach, it'd be easy. I'd be here and gone. I'm trying to capture moments in my images that show something deeper. The beach is a place where water has been wearing away at the land for the last 4 billion years. It hasn't really changed much, but what has changed is how humans use the beach, what it is to us. Trying to build a photo essay that peels back the layers of what we think a beach is and trying to understand it from a full 360 degrees. That's spending time with the communities, tourists, and just out in the environment itself. For me, beach life it's how I grew up. I grew up in Bermuda. Every day after school, we'd go to the beach. It was my playground, and it's where I learned a lot of the skills that I needed throughout life and the skills that made me a photographer that specializes in places like this. I have to show people the beach in a way that they haven't seen it before.
I've chosen Thailand as my essay, a beach mecca where millions from around the world flock. To photograph the different tribes of people who celebrate the beach. And I've arrived at the perfect time.
Right now, it's people here. It's a beautiful beach. There's, turquoise blue water and beautiful people up and down the beach. But later, there's going to be 30,000 people here. It's really hard to imagine.
One of the largest beach gatherings on the planet is about to begin. An event that takes place every month. The legendary full moon party.
I've been to a few festivals around the world before, and everywhere has its own unique look. And here, it's neon and bikinis, it's a beach festival, it's different. It has its own culture. But photographically, I don't just want to get a picture of the whole scene. I want to get a more intimate viewpoint. I want to see it as almost a tribal gathering. How would I photograph this anthropologically?
I'm calling this essay The Party People. To get an insider scoop, I'm meeting Neil Bambridge, who's lived here for over 10 years.
The island throughout the month is peace and tranquility, and then just for one major night of every month, we get this major change. This tribe of young people come in all their day glow colours, take over this town and dance under the moon. It's like a major global event.
So I'd really like to see kind of an insider perspective on how this place is transformed.
Behind the stages, there's resorts. Those resorts set up the stages, and they all play their style of music that suits the individuals who are running those places.
All right. So how do they manage all these people, though? Like, already it's super crowded. I can't imagine how a small town like this can handle 30,000 people.
They bring in extra police from different regions of Thailand. They also bring in medical support staff. There should be a tent on the beach tonight where the police will be, and next to it is a sleep area. where
Okay.
people who maybe need a rest, they can go and they're in a safe environment.
So what's with the neon though? I mean, it's like they have their own uniform.
Yeah, it's become a tribe here, really. It's like the old school hippies were here. They were their own tribe. The tribe's transformed. Now people getting painted up, people wearing their luminous shirts. And it's a very colourful event.
I might have to try and join them and blend in a little bit.
Yeah, I think if you want to blend in, get yourself a luminous shirt.
You know, the party is definitely one major portion of this photo essay, but there's another side to Copenhagen. People don't just come here to party. Some people come here to let loose in a different way.
I found others here who use the beach for peace and spirituality. It could make for some nice contrast images to the party ones.
How you guys doing? I was told you guys live in the mountains around here somewhere.
We live with this in the some music, so yeah, travel around.
This is cool.
Different stuff.
All like seeds and
countries.
things. The photos I was taking today were, I was trying to get a sense of that community and the different type of people that come to a place like this. Right across the bay is one of the biggest party beaches in Thailand, and here you have the total opposite. It's a place where people come to recharge. They found peace and paradise. Again, it's on a beach.
It's time to head back to Hudrin, where one of the world's biggest beach parties is about to begin.
Tonight, I'm ready to get some amazing, exciting photographs of people. I want to look at it as a pagan ritual of dancing under the moon.
The island is beginning to pulse with excitement. Hordes of people arriving en masse, about to explode in a celebration of light and color.
There's thousands of people on the beach just letting go, pulsing to the music. The beach was packed. It was an experience like I've never had on a beach before. I really wanted to capture a sense of people celebrating the beach. I got images that show what it's like to be in the party, juggling fire and wearing neon, pulsing to the music. Copenhagen, it was full of contrast. There were these two tribes of people on the same island for totally different reasons. The full moon party was all about vibrance and life and celebrating and letting go. But it's also a destination for people, they're looking for another kind of release. Peace and tranquility. The beach has created all of this. It draws us to it. And it's really created these cultures. 13 years ago, I came here as just a traveler. It's the place where I really decided, you know what, I'm going to be a photographer, and I want my job to be to travel around the world and show people what is special about our planet. I was only in this place for a few days, and it really always felt like it was a bit of an unfinished journey. And I always knew that I would come back to ingrain myself in the lifestyle out here and tell that story. And now I'm back, And I have that assignment to show what is special about this place. And in understanding what's special about this place, we'll also understand what's special about beaches all around the world.
Talking to people at the full moon party, I've heard about more gatherings along Thailand's coastline. Places with different clans of people. Communities whose lives revolve around the beach. The first location is Railay on the Andaman coast, where beach life is all about living on the edge.
Going pretty high makes me nervous.
I'm in Thailand to capture a portrait of life on the beach and the tribes of people who live, work, and play here. I'm heading to the west coast of Thailand, where people use this coastline's amazing geology to challenge their spirit.
So we're going deep water soloing. It's climbing without ropes, but landing in water. But soloing's dangerous. So these guys have found a way to do it over water, and yeah, you might sting your back a little bit when you land, but it gives you a chance to really see what you're capable of without the rope.
I'm photographing Ched, a deep water soloing specialist.
I really just have to find the lens that helps me capture what's going on here. I'm trying to pull the backdrop in so that you can see the mountains behind, but I also want to separate the climber from the backdrops. It's going to be an awesome shot. I can already see it through the lens. I'm hoping to get some shots that shows these guys doing what they love out far away from everybody else. Upside down, climbing across these stalactites with freedom. Okay, Ched, let's see what you got. It looks like he knows exactly where to go on this route. He has no problems finding the next hold. That's a great shot. The sun's just hitting him perfectly too. Going pretty high. You know, when I heard about deep water soloing, I'm thinking 20, 30 feet, but he's gonna be a good 60, 70 feet up there. I think this is the part where he tries to transition out onto that stalactite, which is like quite the reach. Might get to fall. He's hanging from a stalactite right now, about 80 feet up in the air. He's about to drop off of this thing. It makes me nervous. Wow, that's a great shot. Was that scary?
Try it, eh? Get you to try.
I don't know if I'm gonna get that high, to tell you the truth, but look at that.
Good, good, good.
You like that?
Oh,
Let's
nice.
see. Reaching out to the stalactite.
Oh,
Way up there. It's a good shot.
yeah.
I like the overhang in here too. This was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good picture. I think that shot shows what you do.
Okay.
It shows deep water soloing pretty good. I'm nervous now too because I want to try it.
It's time to get in the water for my next shot. Photographing Ched, you can see how at home he is in this environment. He knows every crack and hole on this cliff. He's using his local knowledge to push this sport to new heights. It's my turn next, and man, it looks high. Growing up on the beaches of Bermuda, I've been jumping off rocks since I was 5, but it wasn't called deep water soloing back then. This is the thrill and freedom of rock climbing by a beach. Today, it's one of the most popular things to do in Raleigh. things get even crazier.
The size of that cliff with these tiny people walking around at the base of it makes you understand just how big the cliff is.
Ched has told me there is a community here of extreme climbers who call these cliffs home.
And it's pretty hard. Limestone's known for being hard.
I'm in Riley on the Andaman coast of Thailand. This place is famous for its beautiful beaches with huge cliffs coming out of the water. But not everyone is here to relax. I'm with New. He's been climbing here for 17 years and is part of a close-knit community of rock climbing instructors.
That's amazing. When did you start? Like, how did you find out about climbing?
I climb like same until you 10 or 11 years old. Yeah, when go to school, no money, I have to climb the jungle, get the jungle flower for sale on the market, different like now. And then easy when I start come to climb in Riley, more easy.
Yeah. So you found a way to do what you love every day.
Yeah,
It's your work.
yeah, now.
So you never feel like you're working, right?
I love, yeah, I never tired for work.
So I've been seeing people walking around with you on their t-shirt. It says Bob Marley under it though.
Yeah, I'm lucky, like look like Bob Marley, you know what I mean? Yeah, but I say no, Bob died already.
No, he didn't die. He came here and became a rock climber.
Yeah, but just look like.
But it's part of your culture. Like you guys all have dreadlocks and
Yeah, red lock is better from the island, you know. Everybody like red lock, you know why? Like red lock freedom.
Yeah.
You know, peace and love. It look more cool for me. I check from the lady.
Maybe if I have you both sitting here.
I not want to sit beside him.
Yeah. No? Why
He's
not?
more handsome at me.
Bruce Lee and Bob Marley.
Wow.
We are like brothers. We always hang out together. You always take care of one another, and things just great. That's why I love here.
We have the wind. It's like we have a fan in your hair, you know? It's you and your life, you know? That's what we're trying to show is not just a picture of a good-looking guy, but a picture of your life.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yep.
So we got the climbing stuff in the background.
I like the picture. You are a great photo shooter.
Spending the day with the rock climbers, it gave me time to kind of break through any barriers that they might have. I was really trying to photograph these guys as a community and see their unique culture.
I've arranged to meet the climbers at dawn. I want to photograph them in action, climbing from the beach up, and to get a new perspective from the highest point possible.
One of the things that I've been trying to do with my photography to separate myself from the pack is be the person who either photographs where other people can't go, won't go, or don't want to go. And climbing photography is very much that way. Seeing the climbers from over here, looking at the size of that cliff with these tiny people walking around at the base of it, makes you understand just how big the cliff is. I'm getting an idea of the scale and just how much climbing it's going to take.
This wall you can climb all day long.
Yeah, it's in the shade.
Yeah.
Maybe I can get up next to you and shoot across so that you can see the water below and the other islands and things.
Yeah, I can do this.
Yeah, good. Photographing rock climbing is hard. If you look up from the bottom, you're just getting shots of people's butts the entire time. So I'm having them belay me up another route, which is a little bit over to the right, and that way I can shoot across and show these guys in their element, climbing right over the ocean. You have to have a lot of experience with ropes and hanging and dangling up on the cliff. If you don't have some level of comfort with it, then you don't really get good photos because you're scared. I'm switching over to the other rope right now so that I can get a little bit closer to the next route that they're going to climb. There are parts of it that are very difficult. The good news is I have this blue rope here, so I can kind of manage my swing. Yeah, this is the shot right here. The route just climbs right up underneath this huge stalactite that's hanging off the rock. You can see the casts and the longtail boats in the background. I'm excited to shoot this. This is what I was hoping to get out of climbing photography in Thailand.
Then, New slams up the hardest section.
You can just tell, though, that this guy knows what he's doing. He's been doing this his whole life. This is his backyard. I'm just gonna swing over so I can get a little bit wider shot of him. These guys, you know, when I was talking to them, they said that they've been here 16, 17 years. They've built a climbing community out here from the ground up. It's a culture in and of itself. So it's interesting for me, from my perspective as a photographer and a photojournalist, to kind of dive into a culture. That's what we have here. It's a modern day tribe. It's a tribe of rock climbers.
Spending time in Riley, you start to realize that there's a lot of different reasons why people go to the beach. There's the people that are there just for the sun and the sand, but then you also have people that are in Riley to rock climb. These people have created an entire culture around climbing on the beach. It's kind of a little bit reggae, and it's kind of a little bit beach. They have found home. They're living their dream.
The next chapter in my assignment is a portrait of beach worshippers.
The matching bikinis, I think it'd be like a really cool shot in the water.
Now?
Yeah, do you mind?
Who flock from far and wide to relax and unwind. The beach as a place of leisure is a modern-day phenomenon. Today, millions of us make a pilgrimage to these hallowed shores.
You really can't capture Thailand's beaches without photographing the tourists.
Do you think I could take some pictures of you? I'm doing a little photo essay on life on the beach. So.
Sure.
I've read that people living by the sea are happier than those inland. Perhaps that's why over 25 million people came to Thailand last year.
Nice to meet you guys. Do you mind if I take a couple pictures of you playing ball?
And you know, I met this great Sicilian family, and they were wearing all these brightly colored swimsuits.
Perfect. Thank you. Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hi. Thank you very much.
There's so many different people here from so many different cultures. I wanted to show a little bit of the variety of the kinds of people that you might see on a beach in Thailand.
Do you guys mind if I take a couple of pictures?
Now?
Yeah, do you mind?
I just want to get some really abstract beach shots, you know, some stuff that show it from an angle we never see.
Okay.
It's a place that we go to relax. It's a place that we go to play. It's become our quintessential view of paradise. One thing that I really wanted to capture on this trip was the tourists. These are the people who spend their life savings to travel around the world and visit a beach. And there are so many different people here from so many different cultures.
For some, the beach is an escape, a place to get away from it all. But for others, the beach is home. I'm traveling northeast, crossing the country on a 300-mile journey to the Gulf of Thailand to get the locals' perspective on this cherished piece of real estate.
My assignment is to capture a portrait of life on Thailand's beaches. To do that, I really have to photograph how the locals use this space as well. So in my effort to find somewhere that's a little bit more of a local spot, my research led me to Hua Hin.
Hua Hin is a seaside town, 120 miles south of Bangkok. It's Thailand's most traditional beach resort. The first seaside hotel was built here, a grand Edwardian mansion. The town became popular in the 1920s when the Thai royal family built their summer palaces near the beach. Today, it's a popular weekend destination for many Thai.
I'm seeing a lot more local people. They're eating in the restaurants and walking around on the streets. There's horses riding back and forth up and down the beach.
Walking around, the place is full of character and contrast. Old Buddhist temples with monkeys, overlooking modern hotels and shopping centers.
This town encapsulates the evolution of a beach. It started out as just a small fishing village, and now it's a modern beach destination for leisure.
But I want to go back to its roots and capture a portrait of the community who were first here, the original seaside dwellers. Throughout my time in Thailand, I've been seeing these green dots on the sea at night. These green lights are squid fishermen.
I want to tell the story of the local people who live here, whose livelihood is based on the ocean. You know, Hua Hin was a fishing village, so I feel like I should spend some time with the fishermen who call this home. So, but the lights bring the squid up?
We use the light because of the squid. They like to play with the light.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when they see the light, they come around here. Yeah, and then why they are different light? Before they use the white light, it use more power of the battery.
So the green light takes less power.
They take less power and they go deeper to under the sea.
Okay, so the green goes through the water better too.
True. Yeah, better.
Okay. This is really just kind of a slice of life on what it's like to be a Thai fisherman. The fishing didn't go very well. We caught 3 fish. We didn't really get the squid that we wanted to catch, but what I did get were photos that I feel tell the story of what it's like to run a squid fishing boat. I particularly like this image of the captain inside the cockpit. It's just this warm glow coming off of the walls and a single light source. This is their livelihood, and it gave me an authentic experience of what it's like to be out at night on a squid fishing boat working in Thailand.
These coastlines provide for over 20% of Thailand's population. And what's undersea is just as important to people on land.
This is $10,000 worth of equipment. The thing that's leaking, it's actually the body of the housing, a piece that never should have water.
I've traveled to Koh Phi Phi, a collection of 6 islands on the Andaman coast of Thailand. Located 30 miles southeast of Phuket, these islands are home to an abundance of coral and marine life, as well as beautiful white, sandy beaches.
You know, this assignment is all about a portrait of life on the beach. Well, the beach isn't just above water. The beach also extends underwater. You know, when you look at what the sand is, it's all coral and seashells and all these things that come out of the ocean. So if the ocean isn't alive, we don't have a nice beach. What I'm looking forward to getting today are some photos of the coral, because Thailand's known for having beautiful colors and, you know, lots of big coral life.
I'm joined by two local divers, Bank and Nim, who have offered to take me to a dive site that's become legendary.
This photo assignment for me has been all about, you know, showing the little parts about the beach that we may forget. It's trying to show it as a space. That space extends underwater.
A lot of people here depend on the beach and what's underwater for food, for jobs, and for their daily lives in general. If we didn't have what was underwater, i.e. the fishes and the corals, none of this would be here.
People who live here, locals, what is diving to you?
Just nice and relax underwater, see, look at the fish swimming around, look another life underwater. So it's quite cool.
For me personally, it feels more like home than when I'm on land. If I could, I would actually live underwater, if that were possible at all.
Okay, let's go.
As soon as I jumped into the water, I realized something was wrong.
Turn the housing around and it's leaking through a part of the port that never is supposed to come apart. So at least I know it wasn't my fault. This is $10,000 worth of equipment that I brought to photograph underwater all across the world. Luckily, I've got a backup camera. It's just a little one, but it'll still let me tell the story.
The ocean is an integral part of the beach experience, and these reefs are home to an abundance of seaweed. Schools of fish you can barely see through. Corals, nudibranch, and strange sea creatures that look like they belong on another planet. Yet this is our planet, the majority of our planet. These reefs support much more than just sea life. Communities on land depend on them too.
Okay, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm excited to see some of those pictures.
Yeah.
That's one of the most alive coral reefs I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's actually really hectic over there. The trevally were chasing the yellow fusiliers all over the place. That's why they were going left, right, up, down. It was very cool to watch.
Yeah, it was cool to watch, and they'd come in close to you to protect themselves, and then they'd go out further.
I thought it was dark at first, and I looked up. Oh no, it's not the clouds. It's the fishes.
Koh Phi Phi is a place where people's livelihood revolves around the beach and the ocean. Do you guys mind getting in the water again?
Of course not.
Just like the rock climbers, there's a community of people that have bonded over an activity. For Bank and Nim, diving has become their community. It's become, what they center themselves around. They're a bond that shows up in this image. It's a comfort with the ocean. So much of what we experience on the beach is on land, but the beach extends under the water. And a healthy, vibrant ecosystem is something that can only benefit us as humans and our experience on the beach.
The last stop on my assignment takes me to a secret beach. I want to experience the beach as Mother Nature made it.
This is incredible.
I'm on an assignment to capture a portrait of life on Thailand's beaches and the people who live, work, and play here.
To me, the beach has always been a playground, a gym, a place to go to relax. And I think there's a lot of other people that feel that too, and that's why the beach has become this modern-day phenomenon. I think in reality, what I've learned from this is that the beach is something that it truly exists in our imagination.
I'm ending my journey by stripping away all the people and searching for the pure beach before the human footprints.
I'm waiting to meet two guides that are going to take me out to a remote beach. They call it the secret beach. I want to see a beach in its natural environment. You know, when we flock to the beaches, we don't really think of them as an environment, a place where there's a lot of life. When there are a lot of people there, that ecosystem gets kind of pushed out.
My guide is Santaya, known to his friends as Sunny. He grew up as a fisherman and has lived here his whole life.
Where exactly are we going again?
Okay, our direction there was going to the big Rocky Mountain.
Phang Bay is stunning. Located between Krabi and Phuket in the Andaman Sea, it has dozens of islands and these remarkable limestone casts that rise out of the sea.
It's pristine. There's nobody out here. It's just empty, which is amazing because it's beautiful. If I can get some wildlife, that'd be great. Maybe difficult to capture in one day on a beach, but would make for some great photography and would really fit this story, so.
To get to the secret beach, we will be traveling through what are known in Thai as hongs, and the best way through them is by kayaks.
Sonny, how far does this go?
It's about 1K.
This is incredible.
Kayaking through a small cave, we entered a hidden lagoon inside of one of the islands.
Wow, I had no idea that once we paddled through that little passageway, that it would open up into this. You can hear all of the cicadas and the birds. Real nature is never really silent. If it's silent, it's people's fault. In nature, there's always something out there making noise.
These collapsed cave systems with towering limestone cliffs are hidden microcosms of unspoilt nature.
This is amazing. It's a beach surrounded by cliffs, huge cliffs. It looks exactly like how you would imagine a desert island beach.
Oh.
Wow.
Time to explore, and then we plan to camp here tonight.
The beach may look to us like it's a somewhat dead environment. If you could look into the sand and see how many small animals are living in there, it's an incredibly vibrant ecosystem. Looking to see if I can spot any of those mud skippers out here. It's fascinating for me to see a fish on land. It's an animal that has adapted to the beach life. That's what's so great about Thailand. They've got so many of these beaches just scattered all across the coastline. All you have to do is just be willing to go find them. It's nice to have the luxuries when you travel. It's nice to have a soft bed to sleep in.
It's nice to have people prepare your meals. But for me, I prefer this.
Yeah.
I would much
prefer
rather
this
be
too,
out here.
Yeah, because you will stay in touch with real nature.
I think it takes a few days to get comfortable, to forget all the city stress, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, we got
We
this.
forgot on the background where we live. We
Yeah.
forgot on the what we stay.
But after you let your body just kind of relax and you get into the time frame that is living by the beach, it's living by the island life, things slow down. Waking up this morning, unzipping the tent, and looking out on the first time, really, on an uninhabited beach with no footprints was pretty inspiring. You almost feel bad leaving footprints behind because this place is so perfect without them. What I've really enjoyed about this assignment is meeting the communities, the people who call the beach home. When you put all these photos together, you realize that the beach is something that it's become an inherent part of human nature, that we've become a beach society. The thing that's changed the most about the beach is not the beach itself. It's how we view it in our minds, in our imaginations. The beach has become our quintessential view of paradise.
I started my journey with a beach party, where 30,000 people gathered. I wanted to explore the different reasons people flock here. To photograph the different tribes on Thailand's beaches. I found there's definitely something magical about where the land meets the sea.